What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Everything Wrestling. Today, we will be showing you how to create your own elite Vince McMahon figure. Now, the reason we're doing this tutorial is because we know that Vince McMahon figures now are up in price, and if you are trying to pull off your favorite shot, or you just want to add them to your collection, we nowadays, we got a budget. So here is a cheap way of creating a Vince figure, especially if you have a 3D uh, printer. Now, I know people will say, oh, okay, resin. Resin is toxic. Now, there are people out here that do create them, and that's great. But again, what we're doing is trying to show you how to save money and keep your health. So we're using PLA, which is safe, a very safer option. And it's something you can do at home, and you don't have to deal with all the chemicals and that type of thing. So with that said, let's get to it. So the first thing that you need, um, basically, as you can see, is we have the Sandman Elite. Um, if you can get you a custom shirt done, then it would be great to get that done. If not, find somebody who has a shirt that you can put on top of them, or you may be able to use, I would say, like a that Luger that came out, that with the NWO version Luger, the Wolfpack Luger, you may be able to use that one to basically you for Vince, or a suited body, because you can always do a suited Vince. So we're doing the wrestling version, but it works for the suited one too. Also grab you the gloves from Undertaker, which works perfectly, because if you remember when Vince wrestled, he had those MMA gloves on. And then, of course, you need a 3D head. So now we're going to show you first how we did our 3D head. So as you can see, we took it into our modeling program and pretty much made a Vince head. So this is kind of the basis of where we started from, which is your biggest part, getting the head completed, sized correctly, and then we went to print it out. So once it finished printed, then of course now we began to paint it. And the first thing, with in terms of paint, what we use is the Citadel Fleshloff, I think, key lift. I'll put the picture up, or I got a picture here of it, but it's like Kislev Flesh. I don't know how to necessarily pronounce it, but it's by Citadel, and like I said, the picture is up here. Um, and pretty much that is like the basic skin tone for most of your elite figures that has that I want to say lighter shade. So that kind of works for, I would say, maybe 80 to 85% of your figures. So, but the first thing you want to do before you do that is prime it. So if you have some type of primer, prime it. You can either get the brush on primer or spray on primer, and then uh, once you prime it, let it dry, and then start painting. So of course we hit it, got the face painted, um, hit the black for the hair, and then we got to the eyes. So now I'm not the greatest with eyes, and it has taken me, I would say, close to almost 5 years to get it down or figure out a concept that worked for me to do the eyes. So as you can see, um, we take you step or through the process of the eyes. So with the first shot, pretty much for the whites, what we did, we used a toothpick. Just dab it with your paint, your white paint, and then pretty much go go in the line. So give it one short stroke with the toothpick on both sides, and then you take your brush and you finish off those edges. So that's how you give it that clean look. And then uh, you take your black paint or whatever you're using for the pupils. And again, I'm not that great with the eyes, so I usually uh, kind of wing it in terms of where the pupil is, but I want and how I want to kind of look at dead on. So again, toothpick. And the reason I use so many toothpicks is because toothpicks are cheap. You can get a whole bunch of them at the dollar store, and because they're already small, it makes it easy to hit in those small areas. So get a dab of the black, hit it with the dot. Same thing on the other side, and then if you need be, and if you made the pupil too big, take your brush again and clean it up so that you got a clean dot. And then of course we use the black to do his eyebrows. And again, toothpick. I use the toothpick, same toothpick actually. But before you use that same toothpick, make sure that it's dry because you don't want that much on your toothpick. So put a little again dab on the edge, and you want to follow the line for the eyebrow, because if you see in the model, you can pretty much see the line of his eyebrow already in there. So you just want to follow that line. So you basically tracing out the eyebrow with the toothpick, and the same thing on the other side. And then if you get too much, don't worry about it. Grab your brush again and clean it up. So then we put everything together, put them all together, and voila. Now, just to clarify, the reason I chose Sandman is, if you remember, the Sandman Elite kind of thick at the top, and Vince was stocky at the top. So Vince looked like he been hitting the gym. So we wanted him to look had that stocky look. Now, if you don't have that Sandman, the other thing that you can use is the Elite. I'm sorry, the Evolution 3-pack Triple H, which everybody talks about, with that suit that's extra big on him. Just take the suit jacket and the shirt off, and pretty much you can use that one also. But to me, I wanted a stockier look for Vince, and you'll see we'll be using that figure, the Triple H figure, later on for another one of our videos. So hopefully this has helped you figure it out, or it gave you basically some tips on how to use your 3D printing machine to do your customs, and a cheaper option. So there, base this lets you know that you can do your own custom figures, and you don't have to come out of your pocket. Now, it just takes a little time. So give yourself a little time. Don't rush it. Test it out, because remember, again, it's your time, your supplies, and it's your figure. So think of it as your art project, and once you finish, it's something that you say that you did, and you didn't go and have to pay a lot of money to do it. With all that said, thank you guys for watching, and check out some of our other videos. Again, we got a lot on the page, or on the channel. We From tutorials to reviews to figure photography, you name it, we got it. So there's something there for everyone. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel. so that you receive notifications, because we will be doing a lot more of these tutorials, because again, I want to show you guys how to put that 3D printer to work, and you don't necessarily need a resin printer to accomplish with your goals, especially, again, they're toys. If you're not looking to sell them, it'll get the job done. All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed out there. Stay safe. And you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe.